Y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. Yeah. Here comes the, no. Here comes the, oh. Here comes the, y'all don't really want it like that. E-double-L. I said so. I keep big bills up in my heart on the dirty like blood, so ain't got no twist in my head.
What's going on, everybody? It's your man Apollo, back out here with my man Z. It is time for another episode of the Unfiltered Sports Podcast. Hopefully you guys caught last week's episode. It was a great one. Hopefully y'all been catching this entire series we've been doing, counting down the top 5 or 10 players or units in each position as we continue forward going into the upcoming NFL season. When we get closer, me and Z will do a deep, in-depth breakdown on the entire upcoming season. We will give our predictions for MVP, Josh Allen. We will also be picking who we think is going to play in the Super Bowl. All right? But if y'all new here, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the content, join us in the discussion down in the comments section. Also, join us in the discussion on social media. Find us on Facebook at Unfiltered Sports Podcast. That is being run by my man Z there. Find me on my social media links. Links will be in the description. Paulo Solo 23. But without further ado, this week we are covering, Z will be giving 10 defensive line units. I will be giving 5 because I couldn't really see myself going past 5. But we'll be covering the top defensive line units. Now, we were debating if we should do players, but we figured let's just do them as a unit because usually, a lot of times, if you got an elite defense, you got an elite defensive line. So, I'm going to let my man Z run through his 10 through 6 real quick so the floor is completely his, and I'm just going to sit back and be quiet. Go ahead, Z.
All right, so I feel like a lot of people are going to be surprised by my list. I really dug into it. I looked at some players. I looked at who people lost and stuff like that, and all around. So, my number 10 is the New York Jets.
Ooh.
So,
Honorable mention.
why I say the Jets? The Jets have always had a really good defense.
Oh,
at least a top 15 defense.
Yeah.
And I feel like they squeaked in here because they had a really good defensive tackle last year that got injured, and he was rookie. And I mean, he was really penetrating right into the offensive line and everything like that. So I feel like they don't get enough love because they suck on offense. But their defense is a defense, and I feel like they're a very stout defense, which leads me into my number 9. They have a guy named Khalil Mack on their roster, and I feel like he makes a huge part.
Whoa, time out. You don't have the Chicago Bears in the top 5.
No, I have him at number 9.
What?
So I feel like Chicago is a really good defensive team, but
they
have
overall.
Yeah,
yes.
I feel like they get exploited a little too much. Even though they have a really good unit,
Yeah.
they get exploited a little too much. They don't get after the QB as much as they should with the roster that they have. Like, I mean, their roster is monstrous, but they just don't. They just don't get to the guys as much as they should. And I don't know if that's a coaching thing. I don't know if it's a play calling thing. I don't even know if it's just a player thing. But I feel like Khalil Mack was way better with the Raiders than he is with the Chicago Bears.
I won't really argue that, but is that really a knock? Because he was dominant as a mug in Oakland.
Oh yeah.
So
Well,
that's not really a knock, I don't think.
No, it's not a knock. It's not a knock at all. I mean, he still produces it. It's just I feel like Chicago doesn't play their defense as good as they should.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I feel like they could blitz every play and be fine. Like, that's how good I feel their defense is. But looking into them actually playing and like reviewing some video and stuff like that, like they're not as crushing of a defense as they should be. So that's why I have them at number 9. I mean, they made my top 10. I'll be honest with you, a lot of like nice stuff moved around a lot because I was like, okay, a lot of these teams should be in my top 5.
Mm-hmm.
So my number 8 is an interesting one, and I feel like it's because of who they got as a free agent. The Arizona Cardinals went out and got J.J. Watt. Is he broken? Yeah. I mean, he's taken one too many bumps, but his leadership on the field is so much more valuable than his own production.
I agree.
And especially with Arizona, like I feel like that's the one thing they were missing is actual voice on their defense. So I feel like that's why I've chosen the number 8. They're just a really good offense, or my bad, a really good defensive unit. They just had no leadership. So my number 7, I moved the little guys around when we were doing our other when we were talking. So my number 7 is the LA Rams. They have the most dominant pass rusher in the entire NFL on their team, and
no argument whatsoever.
You can't when you've got to dedicate 3 players to Darnold, like Aaron Darnold, like that's an issue.
You
I don't
can't block him.
No, yeah, that's the thing. Like when you have to dedicate so many players to him, and the rest of their defense is kind of like garbage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing saying because I mean, dude, you can have a mediocre player go in there and still get a sack because they're focused so much on Aaron Darnold that that's the facts, Number 6 for me was the Cleveland Browns. Okay,
I did not expect that one. Okay,
they have a very stout unit. They have Myles Garrett. They have. Here, hold on. Let me look it up real quick for you.
Now, I didn't put them because, and it'll be the same reason why I explained why the Rams are my honorable mention. But I'll let you finish, your thing.
So, well, they're a pretty interesting roster, man. Like, just like with their offensive line that we talked about in last week's video.
Yeah.
These guys are just. They are ridiculous when you come down and you break everything down, dude. Because they really are. They're a good stout team. Then you got people like Myles Garrett who make really good plays all the time. And hold on, let's see here. I'm sorry, people. I've been kind of a little in and out. Me and my wife are dealing with some illness right now, so bear with us.
One like is a prayer for Z and the family.
Yeah. Well, dude, the last 2 months of mine have just been nothing but bad luck, I guess. I don't know. But so you have Myles Garrett, man. Mm-hmm. You just have this entire defense that's run through him. He's not just a player that's playing on the team, dude. You have an entire team, like defensive side of a team that has run through Myles Garrett. And Myles Garrett, dude, he scares all offensive linemen. Similar to how Aaron Darnold is, but it's fucking Aaron Darnold. So, do you want to go to number 5, or you want me to just roll right into it?
Okay, so I'm going to go to my number 5, but first let me do my honorable mentions. Cleveland and the Rams, and only because one singularity, one dominant player. As a unit, I don't feel like the entire line is dominant when we're rating this list. But as a unit, Myles Garrett, unblockable. Aaron Donald, good luck. Good luck. You better be stretched, ate a good breakfast, took shit, did all that. Because Aaron Donald going to push your shit in and going to push you back into the quarterback. And you better hope nobody pissed him off that day. So good luck with that. But number 5 for me, I got the Arizona Cardinals at number 5, like you said, because of J.J. Watt. They already were a good pass rush, and they had Chandler Jones as their top pass rusher. Well, now you add J.J. Watt, who even at his age, and even though he's not as formidable as he was, let's say, 3-4 years ago, he's still J.J. Watt. He has a high motor. He brings knowledge and, like you said, leadership and an edge. He's bringing that to a team. He can probably do for the defense what Tom Brady did for the whole Bucs team. Maybe not to the degree of a Super Bowl, but his leadership will help. I mean, they have other veterans on that defense. They still got Pat P, who's aging as well, but adding another veteran presence to me helps the defense overall, but it also already helps a top-tier pass rushing defensive line unit. So, number 4, sir. Go right ahead.
My number 5. I didn't say my number 5.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. So, number 5 for me is based on who they got in the draft.
Uh-oh.
And that is the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
So, and it's not a surprise factor to me. They spent the first 2 draft picks, or for the first 2 draft picks, they spent it on defensive ends.
Mm-hmm.
And they went after other players. And not only that, in free agency, they went out and signed a whole bunch of defensive ends.
Okay.
Because they want to develop that line. They have a secondary. I mean, you have a tandem in Jordan Poyer, Micah Hyde, and then you've got
Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White, and then you got Tyron Johnson.
Yeah.
In the corner slot. We needed one cornerback. That's it. But they're there. You know what I mean? Like, they're there. So I feel like the secondary, we just needed to improve on the O-line, or the D-line, my bad. Then a very important veteran is coming back because he opted out for last season.
Uh-huh.
That's Star Lotulelei, defensive tackle.
I did not realize y'all had Star.
Yes. So we acquired Star in 2019. And he was just dominant, man. He was a dominant guy. He's going to eat up at least 2 guys. And I feel like that's what we were missing in last year. You know, like, we just didn't have that penetration strength to just hold those offensive linemen and push them through it and make that hole so that middle linebacker can get in.
Yeah.
And I feel like that right now, for me, I feel like the Buffalo Bills are going to go back to the 2019 season of that dominant defense with a dominant offense. So it's going to be interesting to see this year.
I don't know if I would disagree, but I'm not going to lie. I just didn't see the Bills coming like that. But you broke it down, and now I see they're coming. But
well, and not only that, you have 2 defensive ends that we drafted in the draft this year who are being mentored by Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith is mentoring these 2 young defensive ends to be him. Think about that.
Yeah. Here's a fun fact. Out of all the videos we've done so far, we've mentioned Buffalo in each one except tight ends and running backs. We had Josh Allen at quarterbacks. We had Diggs at receiver. We had them in the offensive defensive line. Now they're here they are. We're clearly going to mention them when we start talking about the secondary. So all that's left is the linebackers, and I don't know.
They have Tran Edmonds and they got Matt Milano, who are 2 dominant linebackers.
I think Tran Edmonds is probably on like the bubble of top linebackers. But once
there's a lot of them.
Yeah, but once I do more research, we'll see. But I'm just saying, like, Buffalo has been the constant on every team. It's like we're predicting, like, will Buffalo win it all this year?
As much as a fan of the Buffalo, I'm trying to do this as unbiased as possible. I really am, and it kind of hurts me sometimes. So I'm like, oh, it should be higher, but I'm trying to take my bias, trying to take it out, trying to give everyone like a good feel for it. But, Tran Edmonds is 23 coming into this season.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't know he was that young. I thought
This is his fourth year in the season. Fourth season.
I thought he was way older than that. That's crazy.
No. So he graduated college at fucking stupid young, but.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Look that up.
Yeah, hold on. I'll give you the exact. Because he may be 20. He may be coming in at 24, but he's 23 right now.
Yeah, but I just mentioned because I have not talked about the Cowboys. I've given them no love, no flowers whatsoever. It's one of the biggest Cowboys fans around. I've gave them no praise because they don't deserve it.
Tran Edmonds was born May 2nd, 1998. He's 23 years old in 81 days. And he's got 3 seasons under his belt.
Wow. Okay. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's. You're talking he only misses tackles 9% of the time.
Okay.
For a young guy, dude, he really is a good player, and I feel like he's overlooked because a lot of people are like, "Oh no, he's just middle of the road." But 23, dude, he's got 3 years of experience in the NFL.
Look at how often we're talking about Buffalo, man. I think we're putting a lot of pressure on your team this year, Z. A whole lot, man.
Hey, they Super Bowl or bust at this point, man. Because if Josh Allen gets into his mega deal, because he's gonna get a mega deal, dude.
Oh yeah, he's going to fat. I don't know who you think is going to get a bigger deal, him or Lamar? Because remember, Lamar has the MVP already, and that carries weight. Even though Allen had a breakout year, but Lamar brought home hardwood, and he's been in the playoffs every year.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It took him how many seasons to get one win?
I know, but you got to think of how these people look at it when it comes to paying. They're going to look like, Josh Allen had that gear, but Lamar won MVP his second year.
So I feel like Buffalo is doing the exact same thing that the Chiefs did. First year, or the first real season that Mahomes played, they went to the playoffs. They lost early on in the playoffs that first season.
Yeah.
Then his second season in, they went all the way into the AFC Championship. Then they lost to the Patriots. Then the following season, they went all the way. Mahomes won MVP, and they won the Super Bowl. And I feel like that's the same trajectory that Buffalo's going, man. And at least with the Chiefs, they had that team already. Now Buffalo has that team, and I feel like that's really and it's not saying that I'm just a fan of the team. They've really changed the entire environment. With Dermott and Brandon Beane, they've really changed the environment of Buffalo, and it's crazy to see that players actually want to come to Buffalo, because for so long players are like, Buffalo, no, it's nothing there. So
it's too cold.
Yeah, well, that's why I have him at number 5, man.
Yeah.
I could, I could talk about Buffalo for fucking 20 years and still not get old about it. So what we have for number 4?
Number 4, I got that mighty Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, some people will argue T.J. Watt is not a lineman; he's a linebacker. But since his specialty, like his brother, is pass rushing, I'm going to put his ass as part of the defensive line unit, because guess what? He's lining up on the line, pass rushing. So you got T.J. Watt, you got Cam Hayward.
You got Bud Dupree.
Yeah. Steven Tuitt, Tyson. I can't say the guy's name when I looked at it. Pittsburgh has always been known for what? Smash mouth defense. Ain't nothing changed. Blitzburgh. They will blitz, and the way they come at you in different ways and different looks, nothing has changed all these years later. Even with, Big Ben and his issues and the suspect offense, the defense is still the primary focus of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin is a defensive-minded coach. So it only makes sense that the deep now their secondary to me has been the weak link the last couple of years. Like I love Joe Hayden, and they got some young players in there now, but that secondary, man, last couple of years, y'all been cheeks. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it, y'all been cheeks. But the defensive line and the pass rushing, like T.J. Watt that dude's a cyborg, man. Like he's a fucking cyborg. I was just like, this guy is relentless. He is like, and his sacks have increased each year he's been in the league. You gotta believe they're gonna increase again this year. So with him, you got Cam Hayward. He's been in a little bit. You got the other two who are good. Might not be the biggest of names, but they're still serviceable and good players. So that's why I got Pittsburgh number 4 as a unit. It's a unit. But who you got, sir?
So my number 4 is San Francisco 49ers.
I ain't gonna lie. I totally forgot about them because of all the injuries. With Bosa and the rest of them. Buckner.
Bosa is, and then, even like, if you're going to use like the whole linebacker thing, I mean, what the frick is his name? The guy, he just signed Fred Warner, I think.
Yeah. Because
he just signed that mega.
Isn't San Francisco whole line bunch of first rounders as well?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about them.
Yeah, Bosa. So why I really stick number 4 is Bosa, dude. Bosa. Just like if you're facing Chargers, dude, you're playing around Bosa. You ain't playing around anybody else.
Right.
Bosa's so dominant. But the thing with the 49ers versus the Chargers really don't have too many more other players besides, Bosa.
Yeah.
Whereas the 49ers have Bosa and
they got
a few other guys.
Yeah, they got some other people.
And then they have guys who blitz off the line, like how they utilize Fred Warner, where they'll blitz, or like Sherman when they had him on team.
Yes.
Where they line him up and blitz. So I feel like that's a huge reason why I have them at number 4. And just similar like the Steelers, they play smash mouth football.
Smash mouth, man.
They will make you pay for any mistake. If you let them have just an inch in a gap, dude, they're gonna make you regret giving them that inch.
I agree.
So that's why I have them at 4.
I can't argue that. Number 3, I got Chicago. Now I know people are like, oh, you got Khalil Mack. No. Akeem Hicks is a good fucking player, man. Yeah, you got Khalil Mack, but guess what? You got Akeem Hicks on the other side. You got Eddie Coleman in the middle. Now, I think overall as a whole, Chicago's defense is top 5. Overall, talent-wise, I mean, in all 3 levels. Don't even get me started on them linebackers. And then you got a good secondary. But as they're that deep, I'm so glad they got a quarterback finally, and I hope Justin Fields works out, because Chicago has never had a quarterback to do a damn thing, but they've always had these good defenses. Now we got Fields. Hopefully they can keep the defense together and healthy, and they continue to be elite. But as a unit, that Chicago Bears front 4 or 5, whatever you want to call them, is elite. All day. They are monsters of the midway. They're dominant.
Yeah.
And, guess what? Number 52, arguably the best in the game. So if you got to focus a lot of attention on him, you got 2 or 3 other guys who can come get your quarterback and running back as well. But who you got number 3, man?
My number 3, so a little bit higher than you, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
I just feel like the way that Mike Tomlin plays his guys, man, like, even though they're really good, he makes them better.
No doubt.
And I feel like he knows his players' weaknesses and strengths, and he lines them up that way.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's the huge thing right there. I mean, we already went in depth with them, so I'm not really going to get too much. Who you got for number 2?
Number 2 should not be a surprise, but I got the Washington football team.
I know.
Football team.
Our 1 and 2s are flipped. I can guarantee it.
Yep, probably. My Cowboys arch nemesis. Look, Chase Young in Ohio State was a beast. He basically picked up where the Bosa brothers left off at. I don't think he did as much at Ohio State as the Bosa brothers, But since he was coming behind that hype, kind of gave hype to his name. Now, don't get me wrong. Chase Young is a monster. So I don't want no Chase Young people coming at me talking about I'm hating on Chase Young and trying to attack. No. Don't get it twisted. Chase Young is a beast. And I feel like in the future, Chase Young will probably win Defensive Player of the Year at the pace he's going. That man is a monster. But I mean, the whole front seven, aren't they like? Oh damn, they're all like first round picks.
Yeah,
they're
well,
good.
Dude, that's why I have them. That's why I have them at number one.
Yeah, they made the playoffs because of that defense. That defense. Guess what? They're only gonna get better.
Yeah, well, dude, that's the thing. So you have four first round draft picks. I think they're like all top 5 draft picks, man. Like, so like they're not bad guys.
Yeah.
Chase Young scares people.
Yes.
There's a reason why his nickname is the Predator. Because
looks like him too.
Well, no, seriously, like it's like you don't see him.
Don't.
That's why they call him the Predator, because he comes off the blindside block, man.
You know
and he gets you every time.
You know who he reminds me of?
Huh.
A young, at that time, Julius Peppers. That size, speed, strength, athleticism, the quickness off the line, literally mimics Julius Peppers. Now, can he emulate that career like Peppers did? I think he absolutely can. Especially if he stays healthy and he's hungry like he comes off like he is. But everything about the way his style is I just see at this stage, he's clearly better than what Julius Peppers was in his second year. But the Washington team, like, yeah, they're good. They're fucking good. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
they're good. So I'm gonna assume that your number 2 is Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and nothing against Tampa Bay, man. I feel their defense goes through Devin White. I love the guy. I told you time and time again.
That's not a knock, man. That's not a knock.
The guy is a monster. Not only is he a monster, dude, he's got size and strength and everything.
Bro,
speed. And
Devin White is what you create in Madden when you make a linebacker.
Yeah.
That's what he is. He's the creative player.
Not only that, dude, he's got those soft fucking hands to intercept, dude. Like,
yes.
He's a fucking nightmare, dude. He's a nightmare. And then, like, you can't throw over the middle with him because he just intercepts the ball. He intercepts the ball every fucking time. And then he covers tight ends like they're freaking the smallest wide receiver on the field.
Yeah, because he can.
He's just, dude. And it's just crazy. Like, I don't think anybody ever expected for him to play the way he's playing. I
saw him at LSU, and I knew he would be good. But I didn't think he would be this.
Dude. And
he's a cheat code on the field.
Oh, yeah. Well, here, let's...
Like I said in the tight end video, I would have loved to see Devin White versus a prime Gronk. Also, I would love to see Devin White versus Kyle Pitts, because Kyle Pitts is another freak of nature. Because
dude.
That
would be interesting.
He has 3 inches on Devin White. Pretty safe to say Kyle Pitts will probably out-jump Devin White. I don't think he'll outrun him. Because Devin White damn near ran a 4.3 at 245 pounds? Which is...
Yeah, well, he ran a 4.42. Oh my God. He's 6 foot tall, 273 pounds.
Oh my God.
And he's big. He's not like super big for a linebacker.
No. Hey, no. Yes, look. If Devin White, bro, if football doesn't work out, I guarantee you got a future in the WWE.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, he's a...
God, man. He is...
Well, dude, I mean, you think about it, dude. I mean, the guy... So, for last year, right? Like, you don't really necessarily look at it this way, because he played 15 games.
Yeah.
He had 140 combined tackles. 97 solo, 43 assists, and 9 sacks. You don't really think about it. You know what I mean?
And
then you start. Go on.
What makes him special is that he has 9 sacks as an inside linebacker, not a pass rusher, not an outside linebacker who's playing on edge. He's a inside. He is the Mike linebacker, and he got you 9 sacks. Now, granted, yeah, they blitzed the shit out of him, but I would too. Good shit. I blitzed his ass.
Yeah, so I mean, he is. Well, it's just like, look at like, so he breaks up passes, dude. That's another thing he does, man. And then he forced fumble returns, dude.
Look,
just the postseason stats, dude. He had 38 sacks or 38 tackles, one pass defended, 2 interceptions for 28 yards, 2 forced returns for 39 yards. I mean, the dude he's all over the field, dude.
All over the field. I'm going to go ahead and say it now. He's already penciled in as number 1 linebacker on my list. Nothing will change my mind. He is the number 1 linebacker on my list. Penciled in already.
Dude, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. And, dude, this is his second year, dude. He's only going to get better, dude. Under a good coaching scheme.
Bro.
So, I feel like
that's what's scary about it. He's still so young. He's literally playing on pure, raw, athletic, just talent. When the game starts to slow down for him, and he still has that raw, athletic freakness to him. Wow. He's going to be a game breaker at linebacker. Well, he already is now.
Okay. So in 2 seasons, right? So, mind you, his first season, he only played 13 games. His total career stats, dude, just 2 years of playing, which is pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
231 total tackles, 11.5 sacks, 2 interceptions, 7 pass deflections, 4 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Dude, for your second year in, that's pretty fucking good.
That's pretty fucking good.
As a middle linebacker.
That is,
as a middle linebacker.
It's just so scary to think of, like, he can only get better. Like, his second year, man. Like, I don't know, like, are you going to, like, is he going to hit a ceiling? Like, dude.
I think, dude, the only thing, and, knock on wood, I think the only thing that's going to ever slow him down is if he gets an injury. To be 100% honest with you.
Yeah, injury guys.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Because the dude, he flies. He is anywhere on the field at any given point, dude. He just flies.
The God-given talent that man was given. I truly think, and even when, like, you know how the players do the top 100 list, and usually number 1 is a quarterback, and I think it was J.J. Watt one year. Devin White can be number 1 on the top 100 list. Voted by fans and players in media. That is the potential that he brings to the table. That's how good not only he is, he can be.
Yeah.
Devin White can be the number 1 overall player in the NFL at linebacker. And guess what? He ain't but what, 22, 23?
23.
So he stays healthy. He can give you another great 7-8 years.
Yeah, for sure.
At his position, that says a lot, man. That says a lot. And then his peak years, the prime years when not only will he be athletically still gifted, but the game will be slowed down to him and he can just dissect the game. That range from like 25 to 28 or 29, those 3 or 4 years, this league will belong to Devin White. It will be his league at linebacker. Like, he will eclipse the impact maybe on the game. Maybe not in terms of aura of like all the great linebackers like Ray Lewis, excuse me, Urlacher, Dick Buck, all those great linebackers. He will eclipse all that. He's gonna have
probably.
Oh no, probably he will. Easily, like, probably he's gonna get past all them motherfuckers. He gonna I could go on and on for days.
Yeah,
I could go on and on days, but yeah.
Well, hey,
go ahead.
So we're gonna try to do this thing. We're gonna try to do a weekly shout out to veteran-owned businesses.
Yes.
So we want to give a shout out to one of our close battle buddies. We served with him in Iraq. Andrew Carr, he owns a business. It's a clothing company called Factor 7.
Yes.
And all of the proceeds that he gets, he uses it for his kids. You know, his kid gets all the money. So it's really like a business for his kid. And it's a great thing because he posts what he does with his kid on it and stuff. Check him out, man. It's some good clothing and some pretty interesting clothing designs.
Yes. And also, I will be sure to link his social media in the description. Y'all go check out our man Carr, man. He's a good dude. I love that man. That's my brother. Go show him some love. But guys, that is another video. We are winding down. We got what? How many we got left? We got the defense. We got linebackers, defensive backs. And that's it. That's it. We have no kickers and punters.
So here's a better question. Are we going to talk about individual linebacker? Well, yeah, we're going to do individual linebackers.
Yeah, linebackers individually. Inside and outside. Individually, yeah.
What about cornerbacks? Or what about the defensive backs? Because that's an interesting one.
That is an interesting because a lot of, especially these days, some safeties, like Tyrann Mathieu, he plays in a box a lot. So he's kind of an extra linebacker, but he's a small guy. And then you got guys like, when he was in his prime, you got Earl Thomas, who plays basically center field out there.
Yeah.
And then you got some corners who, Marcus Peters, he gets a lot of interceptions because he's playing, he's a zone corner playing the ball. Whereas you got Stephon Gilmore, where you go, I go. He's that type of corner.
Yeah.
So we'll discuss. We got time. We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. But guys, we want to thank y'all for coming on this journey with us. All the support is greatly appreciated. So y'all be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the content, join us down in the discussion, down in the comment section. Also hit us up on our social medias right there on the screen. Links to my social media will be in the description. Guys, I'm Apollo, that's Z. We are going to get up out of here. Y'all be safe. One love and all glory to God. We will catch you guys next time, baby.